Do you think that he gives Islam a run for the money as pound for pound right now?
Yeah, it's interesting because, he did exactly what he said he's going to do. He is an absolute complete fighter. Stand up is beautiful, ground, grappling, everything. This kid's a star.
From a punching power standpoint, he knocks out Volkanovski, Holloway, and Oliveira, 3 amazing fighters in a row. Is he the hardest hitter pound for pound that the UFC has ever had?
He's on a great 3-fight win streak for sure. All legends that he knocked out. I don't know. I don't know where he sits pound for pound punching power, but moving up a weight class like that and doing what you say you're going to do in the first round and the way he did it is very impressive.
Charles is absorbing these shots. Well, he's already busted.
Oh! No! Get up, Izzy! Get up, nigga! God damn it! God damn it!
He fucking slept Oliveira in round 1 with a nasty 2-piece. Oh, f*** you can't. Why are you so horrible? What a savage this guy is. Lightweights, you're on fraud check. Makhachev would get f***ed up. He's passing side control in round 1 on the ground with Oliveira. Makhachev, bring your fat down here again, bitch. Get him by the f***ing scruff of his little Dagestani neck and drag him down to the 155-pound division where his justice is awaiting him, dude.
Jab to the body, jab up top.
Oh, that's it. Inside of 3 minutes, bitches. Inside of 3 minutes. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. He fucking called it. He fucking called it. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. Keep doubting this fucking guy now.
Good shot to the body. I think Ilia's going to finish him. Oh, he slumps him. He slumps him. Oh my God. He's dead. Put him out cold. Ilia wins. New lightweight champion. Oh my God. Slumped him out cold. Nasty combination. Oh my God. Charles looks like return the slab.
Topuria goes to the body with the left. Oh, nasty right. Charles is down. He's out. He's cold. He's dead. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He is knocked out. Remember Gregory Rodriguez's knockout? Well, Ilia Topuria just sent Charles Oliveira to another planet. Charles Oliveira is sleeping.
You said you were going to knock out Charles and become a 2-division champion. Does it feel the way you thought it would feel?
It feels much better.
Because of how you did it?
Because I already did it, and it's in the past. And I don't know, it feels much better.
Where does that combination rank among the combinations you threw? Because you hit him with those 2 punches, and I think Rogan said you were in the octagon. He was out with after the right hand.
I want to understand your question.
What is that the best combination you've ever thrown, do you think, in competition?
I have better combinations.
You have?
Yeah, I have, but they have to stay inside the octagon with me a little bit more time.
Okay.
Maybe in the future you see them.
And what's amazing too is not the way you performed, but the fact that you called your shot, right? The whole time you said, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. Was anybody around you maybe saying like, bro, like, calm down a little bit. We're moving up. This is Charles Oliveira. You don't have to say first round.
Everyone around me knew it that I would do it. Everyone knew it.
Very nice. I thought it was amazing too when you were walking in tonight. Like the first time the camera showed you, it seemed like there was just a smile on your face. I mean, here's this pressure-packed situation, and you're just.
I just came to collect my belt. I already won it in the training sessions. I know how hard I work. I know what I'm able to do in the sparring sessions and the training sessions. I know how good I am. I know that no one can match my level of skills inside the octagon. And when I say this, maybe I sound a little bit cocky. You guys think that I'm crazy, but I used to prove it.
From a standpoint, I had said the other day if he won this fight that he might turn into a star the caliber of a Ronda or a George St. Pierre or a Conor or somebody like that, with the look he has, the way he talks, and then, of course, the way he fights. Given the way this ended tonight against a fighter like Oliveira, do you think that he has the ability to take it to that kind of level?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You obviously felt the energy in the building tonight. It was a big fight. And, again, to go in and say exactly what you're going to do and then do it in the way that he did it is impressive.
Ilia, after the fight, he called in Paddy Pimblett and brought him into the cage, and they had a face-off. Obviously, they've got a long history together. I know there's a lot of options on the table for Ilia, but when he shows that type of interest in a fight, does that make you want to make it?
Well, I don't know who the hell let him in there. That should have never happened. Let's start there. I was already back in my room, or that would have never happened. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't really think about that stuff tonight, other than, obviously the Van fight, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. My thing with Ilia, with Topuria is his wife and kid are in the octagon. That's not the fight that it's just. Yeah,
it was fun to watch.
It shouldn't happen.
It was fun to watch.
Well, that's not really what we do. Give a shit if it was fun to watch or not. It's just that shouldn't happen. Plus, he wins a second title in a higher division. It was a bad call by whoever the hell let him in there.
Jab to the body, stiff jab up high. Oh, right and left, and it's over. Topuria with the first round knockout and new champion. Woo! I called it, son. Lock City parlay hits, the two-legger. They told me, no, Van's not good. Don't throw in Topuria. Yeah. Look at me.
Back to the center of the octagon. Oh. Jab for Ilia.
He just starched him. Charles Oliveira is completely out. He doesn't know where he is. Ilia Topuria in the first round. KO. This man is a monster. He sips the tea. He's a killer. This guy is fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
What? Oh my God.
155-pound champ, 145-pound champ, two-division champion, 17-0. Superstar.
Holy shit.
Shit. That's it. It's all over.
Oh!
He just killed him. Ladies and gentlemen, Ilia Topuria just puts out Charles Oliveira. Hey, we were correct on the prediction. What does that mean for us?
The fight has just ended, and a new lightweight champion has been crowned. But what are MMA pros saying about the outcome? Before Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira stepped into the octagon, the atmosphere was electric. Fans and analysts alike were split on how the bout would unfold. Some expected Ilia to secure a quick first-round finish, while others believed Charles's vast experience and elite ground game would lead him to a later-round victory. In his post-fight reaction, former featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, I spoke with confidence and certainty as he shared his thoughts on Ilia Topuria's dominant win over Charles Oliveira.
I've got Ilia. I think just stylistically and what we've seen, Charles likes to, he's very aggressive, very exciting fight. That's why we all love to watch him. But, if he comes aggressive like that, there's going to be opportunities for Ilia. And Ilia can bang, you know what I mean? If you're going to come forward like that, yeah, you might land yourself. That's always going to be something as well, right? Like, Charles could definitely catch him. But Yeah, you can be hittable if you come aggressively like that, especially with someone like Ilia, who's going to back himself and try and put one on you as you're coming in like that. Especially if you're a little bit out of position. That I wouldn't say his chin's up. He sort of has a sort of guard, but the way he comes forward in a straight line.
Yeah. Volkanovski had previously predicted that Topuria would remain calm and calculated in this fight. True to form, Ilia picked his shots carefully, set up traps, and when the right moment appeared, he struck decisively. Volkanovski, who once ruled the featherweight division, gave full credit to Ilia's impressive rise before the fight. Volk had confidently predicted that Ilia would score a brutal knockout against Charles Oliveira. He knew just how different Topuria is compared to other fighters. As the fight showed, Ilia entered the octagon with a solid game plan and maintained control over every moment, dictating the pace and direction of the bout.
Ilia, because he knows how aggressive Charles is going to come forward, it's an interesting one. Because we don't know how Ilia is on the back foot.
Right.
But will Charles be like, his only chance is catching me, I'm going to shoot, I'm going to tell him I'm going to come forward aggressive, but I'm actually going to shoot on him. We'll see what happens. But if he comes aggressive and does what he always does, I think, Ilia.
You think he knocks him out?
I think it's a knockout, yes.
Yeah.
Now that the fight is over, everything has become clear. But before they stepped into the cage, Robert Whittaker had predicted that Topuria would knock out Oliveira to claim the lightweight crown at the same time. Whittaker also expressed his admiration for Charles Oliveira's journey. He shared that he loved seeing Oliveira's comeback story unfold and was genuinely happy to see Do Bronx earn another chance at the title, especially after his previous defeats to Arman Sarukian and Islam Makhachev, which had cost him his spot at the top.
I think I'm keen for it. Okay, I do love the new trend UFC are making champions relinquish their titles before moving up. I think
thought
it's great
you would.
for the division.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Yeah, it doesn't hold up anything. Obviously, there's still going to be double champs like going up, and then they can come straight back down and fight for the title again. Like, I think they deserve that if they're successful.
Yeah.
Ilia fighting Charles, I'm stoked to see Charles get this opportunity.
Yeah.
Just because he wasn't really going to get that opportunity having lost to
Arman.
Arman and Islam.
Additionally, UFC middleweight Kamaru Usman, known as the Nigerian Nightmare, shared his thoughts on Ilia Topuria. Usman described Topuria as a completely different kind of beast inside the octagon. While he showed respect for Charles Oliveira, Usman had already cautioned him beforehand not to underestimate Topuria or expect an easy fight.
Ilia Topuria is just one of those guys that we can be friends, but
I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah, after I knock your head off, I take you to the hospital myself. I drive you there, Jesus. And that's something that he would.
Before the much anticipated clash between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira, UFC bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley revealed that he was rooting for Topuria. O'Malley saw this fight as a major test for Topuria, believing that if Ilia could overcome a seasoned and dangerous opponent like Oliveira, it would prove just how elite he truly is.
Who do you have in Topuria versus Oliveira?
I wanted to see Topuria versus Islam.
I know. We all did.
Those are the two #1 pound-for-pound guys in the world. In my opinion, that was the fight to make, but they both wanted to move up. Heart says Charles. My brain says Ilia.
When it comes to Charles Oliveira, former UFC fighter Michael Bisping acknowledged his incredible achievements, holding records for the most finishes, most bonuses, and most submission wins in UFC history. However, Bisping also pointed out that Oliveira is now 36 years old with 10 losses on his record, while some of those defeats came during his time at featherweight. The reality is that he has absorbed a lot of damage throughout his career.
Yes, he's had an incredible career. He was the champion. He's got the most bonuses, the most finishes, the most submissions, but he's also got quite a few losses on there. 10 to be exact. Now granted, a lot of those were in the featherweight division. He did lose to Islam, he did lose to Arman Sarukian via split decision, and then beat Michael Chandler back at 309 last year in Madison Square Garden. But has he taken too much damage? Okay, is he going to mix things up? Listen, he's going to walk forward just like Ilia says he is, and that's what makes him so exciting, and a lot of the time he can get away with it.
Michael Bisping also discussed Ilia Topuria's rapid rise and his upcoming clash with Charles Oliveira. From day one, Ilia has carried himself with unwavering confidence. He even went as far as changing his social media bio to featherweight champ before officially earning the title. Topuria has boldly claimed that he will knock out anyone who stands in his way and hasn't hesitated to call out Islam Makhachev in his public statements.
Conclusion. He is going to walk right through Charles Oliveira.
I want to finish him in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Because Charles Oliveira is going to walk right at him.
I'm not going to need to close the distance with him.
Normally people run away, but this time Charles is going to walk him down, and that's all that he needs to knock him out, to finish him. And now we get to the fight that everyone wants to talk about. Ilia Topuria, the man has been exuding confidence ever since we first were introduced to him. Changed his bio to the featherweight champ. He said that he's going to knock everyone out. He was just talking crazy about Islam Makhachev, saying that no one cares about him in Dagestan. Nobody watches his fights. These guys from Dagestan, they act like they invented the sport. They need putting in the place. He's not having any respect.
No one gives a even in Dagestan, when he's fighting, the people goes to sleep and they watch his fight in the morning.
Maybe he's just trying to get that fight, or maybe that's how he really feels. But one thing we do know for sure, he isn't talking out of his ass. Now he's taking on Charles Oliveira. Charles is the man. He's almost 36 years old, okay? Getting towards the end of his career as well.
Charles Oliveira's fighting style is unpredictable, and that's a big part of what makes him so thrilling to watch. He has strong striking skills and carries genuine knockout power. At 36 years old, Oliveira is physically bigger and stronger than many in his division. But Michael Bisping believes he's unlikely to change his approach at this stage of his career. According to Bisping, Ilia Topuria is correct in saying that Charles tends to march forward, forcing his opponents into a fight, because that's simply the way Oliveira has always competed.
He's got good striking. He can hit hard. And I was talking to Paul Felder about him, who beat him back in the day. He said that he is surprisingly strong as well.
I mean, when I fought him, I thought he was going to be a lot weaker than he was, right? And this is even back when he was just starting to really be a 155er. He's much bigger now. He is much bigger and stronger. And he was kind of scary strong for a skinny guy back then. And he also hit way harder than I anticipated.
And of course, at 155, he moved up, he reinvented himself and became the Charles du Bronx that we know and love today. And I have so much respect for this guy.
Michael Bisping noted that Charles Oliveira hits much harder than people expect and truly transformed into the dangerous du Bronx. We know today, after moving up to lightweight, at 36, Bisping doesn't believe Charles will change his style. He will keep pressing forward, closing the distance aggressively. That approach plays right into Ilia Topuria's strengths. Charles won't fight with caution or calculation. He'll turn it into a brawl, throwing elbows, knees, and constantly hunting for submissions whenever Topuria makes a mistake. On the other hand, Ilia thrives when opponents come forward recklessly, as it creates the perfect openings for his powerful counters.
However, he ain't going to reinvent himself at 36 years old. He isn't going to change a goddamn thing. And Ilia is correct. He is going to walk at him because that's what he does. He can't stand there and reinvent himself and go toe-to-toe with Ilia. He can't look to pick his shots and be calculated. No, that's what Ilia does. He has to turn it into an absolute brawl, turn it into madness, get a hold of him, drive a knee up the middle, drop an elbow. Maybe Ilia makes a mistake, slaps on a go-go platter or a flying triangle, whatever it is. That's why Charles Oliveira is so excited, because that is how he can win his fight. And he can't change, okay? If he changes, he's playing into the hands to Ilia.
Ilia Topuria isn't just a powerful striker when he steps into the octagon. He becomes a predator, hunting his opponent with precision before delivering a devastating knockout. He has finished top contenders like Volk and Max Holloway with his striking, but he's just as dangerous on the ground, having secured 8 slick submission wins, often after wearing his opponents down with relentless damage. What sets Ilia apart is his killer instinct inside the cage, combined with his confident style and natural charisma outside of it, traits that are rapidly turning him into a superstar and a potential 2-division champion. This weekend, Michael Bisping predicts that Charles Oliveira will come forward, putting pressure on Ilia, but in doing so he'll be walking straight into a storm. Ilia has the kind of explosive power that can end a fight in an instant. This matchup promises to be thrilling, memorable, and action-packed.
Ilia was correct when he said that. When he walks forward, he's playing into my game. Normally, Ilia has to hunt people around the octagon. That's why it takes a few minutes. Now, when you look at Ilia Topuria, we know about the knockout power. Yeah, he knocked out Volk. Yeah, he knocked out Max Holloway. But guess what? There's actually 8 submissions on there. The man is a very, very good grappler as well. However, a lot of these submissions happen when you've just been dazed and confused, when you've just been rocked. Like when I fought George St. Pierre, okay? Dropped me with a left hook, came to my blind side, put me down, and did not tap out like a little bitch, mind you. That is just not my style. But speaking of style, that is something that Ilia Topuria has in abundance. Whether it's the way that he fights, or the way that he dresses, or the little bit of a rose that he gives to his opponents in the octagon and all the rest of it, the man's a class act. He's an absolute superstar, and he will go on to become a 2-weight division.
According to Michael Bisping, when it comes to Charles Oliveira, his fights often come down to landing that one perfect shot. On the other hand, Bisping described Ilia Topuria as an absolute savage inside the octagon, praising his ferocious and relentless fighting style. In Bisping's view, Ilia enters the cage with a clear mission: to finish his opponent quickly and decisively. He believes that Ilia not only has the power and technical skill to dismantle Charles Oliveira, but also the perfect game plan to do it. In fact, Bisping thinks Ilia could end the fight within the very first round.
He gets the job done this weekend. I think he's absolutely nailed it. I think Charles Oliveira goes forward and he gets caught with something big. Ilia going up to 155 is going to increase the muscle mass. It's going to increase the recovery. It's going to increase the amount of carbs that he can take on through a training camp. He's going to recover better. He's going to be a better athlete. And Oliveira used to be 145 as well, like we talked about. So it's not like he's going to have a massive size advantage. Ilia Topuria is going to be somewhere like 175 pounds, maybe even as high as 179 pounds is what he said this week. So Ilia Topuria's got the punching power anyway. I think he's going to be the better athlete. I think he can stop the takedown. And I believe, and you know, and we've all seen it, it only takes one. That's the kind of power he has. Can he drop Charles Oliveira like that, knock him out cold? That remains to be seen.
So at the end, Michael is leaning with his favorite fighter with perfect analysis.
But my pick is Ilia Topuria. Will be the lightweight champion of the world. Who does he call out? I thought it was going to be Paddy. He said, Paddy, he's not good enough. I don't want to talk about him.
Cute Paddy.
He's going to fight someone else. He's going to go through Justin Gage.
If he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's going to beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Is it going to be Islam Makhachev? I don't think so, because he's going to fight Jack Della Maddalena. So who the hell does that leave? I don't know. Maybe Arman Sarukian. But still, anyway, there's my picks for UFC 317.
Just like that, it's over. The dust is settled, and Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira delivered a fight that fans won't soon forget. This showdown will be talked about for years to come in the lightweight division. Whether you were backing Charles or cheering for Ilia, this was a clash filled with heart, violence, and high-stakes legacy. Topuria stepped into the octagon with the confidence of a future two-division champion, while Oliveira fought with the determination of a man desperate to reclaim his throne. But in the end, only one left the cage with the championship belt around their waist. Now the big question is, what comes next? Will Ilia defend his title against the next top contender, or is the path clear for someone like Islam Makhachev to step in and challenge the new king? Share your reactions, predictions, and favorite moments from this epic fight in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from the world of combat sports.